Hi, how are you? It's Travis here, and welcome back to our adventures in Azeroth. Last episode, we slayed some nomads and also their leader, Caliph Scorpidsting. We also seen a rare alliance player, pretty rare on this server, Faralina, and it was a level 70 warlock, and he dotted us up, and we died. Should have used bubble a little earlier, but we forgot to. Today we're going to slay some more nomads. We need you to take on the stronger ranks of the Wastewander nomads now. You've done a good job thus far, but if we are to take back those water wells, then it only makes sense to do it against as few nomads as possible. This time around, we need you to take down their rogues, assassins, and shadow mages. You'll find them east and southeast of here. I'm not going to lie to you, they are a nasty lot. Do this for us though, and we'll be on our way to taking back what is rightfully ours.
Keep it real.
Alright, so let's go do that. We're going to keep it real. And we're going to fight some nomads. But yeah, there's a big update today. Well, there wasn't a big update today, but some big news that came out. Supposedly, rogues, priests, and mages can be any race in World of Warcraft now. Well, for retail. In the next expansion, Dragonflight. So you'll have Tauren rogues, which I think is pretty funny. But what's even more interesting is we are going to have Tauren mages. Just heard about that today. I thought it was just rogues and priests, but I found out it's mages as well. I think Tauren mages would look pretty damn interesting. Seeing a mage cow like just teleporting around is going to be kind of funny. Kind of happy they're doing that. It's going to be cool twists to the game. The game's already gotten silly. The story's super silly, so they might as well just have the, you know, everybody just be able to play everything. Make the game just a little bit more silly and more fun. Right? So I'm happy with what they're doing with the game. Like, there's a big sword stuck in. There was I think Asmongold had an interview with Ian, who's like the lead developer for World of Warcraft. And there's a huge sword in Silithus. It is Sargeras' sword. And they don't really know what to do with it, so they're just keeping it under wraps for now. Okay, so let's see how we can do here. Gotta buff up anyways. Fight this rogue. But I like with what they're doing to the game. It seems like they're trying to make it more fun. Like, stop being so serious about the lore. I guess, you know what I mean? It has to be like, I think they stopped being serious about the lore once they started going back in time in Warlords of Draenor. I think that's when that started. Maybe you can even say it started in Mists of Pandaria. But just make the game more fun. I think that's what people are looking for. But still have the hardcore stuff, you know? I mean, still have Mythic raiding, still have, you know, tough Mythic Plus dungeons and all that stuff. Still care about arena balance around, you know, 3v3. But just add some more fun stuff for the game for people to do. And don't make the games as much of a chore as it's been the last, say, seven years now. There wasn't really anything to do in Warlords of Draenor. And then once Legion came out, they just were like, okay, you want to do stuff? You want to have stuff to do? Alright, here's world quests, and like, here's a legendary weapon you gotta level up, and all this crazy stuff. But I think people are sick of that now. Getting kind of burnt out. So I think we might be going, I wouldn't say back to the Warlords of Draenor vibes, but it'll be more chill, that's for sure. Like, you'll still have a reason to go out, but it won't be, like... Probably won't impact your character that much. Which I like that. Should be good. I hope it does well. It would be fun leveling up a Tauren mage. Or like a high mountain Tauren priest. And what would be a weird class for like a race for a priest to be? What's those, the Kultiran? The Kultiran priest? Like a big fat guy? That would be, that'd be kind of funny. I think a Kultiran mage would be funny too. Like a big fat guy who's a mage. I would love that. And the cool thing now is you can play Alliance and still play with your Horde buddies. So that's kind of fun. Look at this guy with his Zulamani bear. Heading over to the caverns time. Everybody has one of these now. You know what's the equivalent of that? The Zulamon bear in Wrath of Lich King? The Bronze Drake. There's a Bronze Drake you get in a dungeon. I think it's the same thing. You have to do it in like a certain amount of time, and then you fight this Dread Lord. And then if you beat him, you get a Bronze Drake. Everybody's flying around with one in Wrath. It's like the first flying mount you get that's like cooler than... I guess you could say cooler than the Wyvern. I think Alliance get Griffins, right? That's kind of... I was a bandit. We are done fighting the bandits and thieves. But yeah, my Raptors lost last night. They were on the road to having a pretty big comeback against the Philadelphia 76ers. But they just couldn't do it. We just didn't have a good defensive game. That's pretty much it. And that's bound to happen eventually, right? That's why it's never been done. Oh, it's Khalif Scorpion Sting. No, leave me alone, dude. I already killed you. But yeah, we were there. We weren't really there. We were two games away, but it would have been big if we won that game. That game 6 in Toronto. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but sometimes I think like sports is just rigged. It's almost like they had to have 3 games in Toronto. You know what I mean? Like Toronto needed to get at least 3 games worth of money. But who knows? I'm not gonna say that. I don't really believe that, but like, I just found it interesting that like the Raptors were playing so well, and then just game 6, our defense was just like, I don't know, nowhere to be seen. And the 76ers did not have Matisse Thybulle because he was not allowed to play due to like the COVID restrictions we have up here, which are pretty damn strict. I think it's a little too strict now, since like, you know, I don't know, I think COVID's like, I don't know, kind of, it is what it is now. You know, it's here. It's here to stay. It's not a pandemic anymore. It's like it seems to be like an endemic. It's never going to end. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, they didn't have him. So, you would think the team would be like a little like worse defensively. And they actually played pretty damn well. T-Stible's like one of the best defenders in the NBA, so It's interesting for us to lose a game where he's not playing. But we also didn't have Fred Van Vliet, so I guess that evens it out. Is that a Grog? Okay, good. He's been like riding around for a while. But yeah, I think we potentially might hit 49 today. And if we do, that means we're going to get to do a BG soon. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't done a lot of PvP on the Paladin, so I don't really consider the Warlock dotting me and taking me down in like 5 seconds like PvP, but that was like the most PvP I've gotten in like, I don't know, a long time on this Paladin. Yeah, my favorite series in the NBA playoffs right now, probably the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies. If you're gonna check out a series, I'd recommend checking out that one. It's really like back and forth. The games are very close. Both teams are young and upcoming teams. Very entertaining. I like both teams, to be honest. I can't really say I'm rooting against either of them either, so I kind of, whoever goes on, like, I hope they do well. And they'll be playing against the Warriors, which is a pretty solid team. It'll be tough for that team to beat the Warriors, because the Warriors have so much experience, and then they have all this depth of younger players that they've been building up for the last 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors won the NBA Finals. I think it will either be them. It's hard to. I think the Warriors will probably be in the finals from the West, and then the East. It's hard to pick between the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think whoever gets through that series between the Celtics and Milwaukee Bucks will probably go to the NBA Finals. Yeah, it's enough sports ball. Probably not everybody, you know. But some people who play well, there's some people who might be able to like sports, but the majority of people are, they're not really into sports. They're gamers, right? And I'll be honest, I don't watch sports, like, all the time. I'm mostly just a highlight guy, and I just pay attention to, like, the stats and stuff. Try to, you know, just keep up with it as much as I can. Because if you're a gamer, like, you know, you game a lot, then that's like your main hobby. So you really watch like too much sports or TV, I would say. I'm not a big show guy either. Like, I don't watch a lot of shows, movies. I don't really keep up with shows and movies, I should say. Like, I've watched a lot of movies and shows, but I don't really keep up with it. Like, what's the newest best show or movies, like, best movie, all that stuff. Like, if I went to a movie theater right now, I would not know what's out. Like, what has came out at all. Or what's, like, the big new movie. Like, I didn't get into any of the Marvel stuff. I watched Iron Man, like one of the Iron Mans. I didn't really get into Marvel. As a kid, I really liked Batman. And I haven't really watched many of the new Batmans either, or the Joker movie. The last time I actually went to the movie theater to watch Batman was The Dark Knight, when Heath Ledger was the Joker, and that movie was amazing. And then I didn't get into any of the... Supposedly the newer Batman's pretty good with the guy from the vampire movies. I don't know his name, but he's that I just know him as the guy from the vampire movies. Supposedly he did really well as Batman. I'll admit, like, Christian Bale Batman, I don't know. The way he, like, talked, like, I don't know. I don't know if I really liked his Batman either. I kind of like the old school classy Batman. Never really made sense to me, like, why he had to, like, change his voice. But, like, I don't really know, like, the lore of it. Like, all I know is he had, like, a pretty rough childhood. So maybe that is one of the reasons why. And he's, like, a little bit insane. You gotta be insane to be Batman. Like, you know what I mean? I seen, like, this clip of a... It was, like, an animated, series with Batman the Joker, and I think the Joker, says a joke to Batman, like Batman wants to rehabilitate him, and the Joker's like, nah, it's too late. And then he thought of this joke, and the joke was pretty much saying that he wants to help him, but the problem is that how can a crazy person help another crazy person? And that was kind of like the joke that he made. I don't really remember the joke word for word, so I'm not going to tell it, but that was kind of what I got out of the joke, is that he thinks Batman's crazy, and that he would eventually just give up on, like, trying to rehabilitate the Joker, because, hey, he can't even rehabilitate himself, so how can he rehabilitate the Joker, you know what I mean? It just makes the Joker think that he's more crazy than the Joker. It's crazy how those superheroes have been going on for so long, like almost like 100 years. I know it's not at 100 yet, but like I'm assuming like 30 to for the next 30 years it will be. I'm running out of water here, which is not good. I missed this drink. Okay, so that's enough rogues. We'll heal up, we'll have another drink. We only got 4 drinks. We might have some other... Yeah, we do have a moonberry juice, so that's alright. And we got some cheese if we want to heal. I guess I'll put these here, so we start using them. And we have this other water. I wonder if this... It's weird how, like, they have these Wastewander water pouches, but you can't drink them. So we need to find assassins and shadow mages. Seems like we're in the right spot. Yeah, that's a good swing. kind of weird watching the paladin just like fight him, and then the guy's just swinging at him, and he's just standing there. He's just waiting to get enough power to lift his mace and hit him with it. Alright, so there we go. We are level 49. Oh my gosh. Time's flying. And we are going to be rank 5 fanaticism, which means next rank, or level 50, we will get Crusader Strike. Looking forward to that. Let's try to keep our vengeance procs up. We'll stun him here. Got a lot of these Wastewander water pouches now. Oh man, here comes this rogue out of nowhere. I think we'll be okay. Get rid of this minion quick. I think we'll heal up, why not? It's funny how WoW combat is still regarded as like pretty good for MMOs, even though it's like over a decade old, almost 2 decades old. It is fluid. The problem is like some classes are just like the Paladin is kind of dull, I'll admit. Like just standing there with a buff and you're just waiting for the proc from the buff. I think that's like I can switch seals. Like I could do Seals of Righteousness and just keep using Judgment. There's also a lot of stuff I'm not using as a Paladin. Paladins are mostly utility classes, so they work much better in groups. So like you have like your, say your teammates in trouble, you can bop them. There's also this other ability called like, I don't know if it's DI, Divine Intervention. I'm not sure what it is. They're like completely, I don't know, it just protects like your allied member, but they can't move at all. Suppose we didn't pull that rogue. So they have a lot of utility, right? They have lay on hands, they can lay on hands other members or team members. They can buff other team members. Just have a ton of utility, and that's where you get the most fun out of them. Not great. Just make sure we don't pull this other rogue, we'll be okay. Well, this guy took the assassin from me. Sucks because I needed that assassin. I think he'll be okay. Should we help him? Here. There you go. Nice big hit for you. He was helping us. That was his intention. Stun him, drop a hammer. And then we just need one more. Just gotta find one more assassin, though. Alright, here we go. It's the end. We have defeated the nomads. So let's turn this quest in. And maybe we'll also turn in these water pouches as well. Oh no! Oh, I forgot. We're in Terran Mill, guys. Oh god. Oh my gosh. So far away from Tanaris. Oh, my bad, guys. Oops. No, well, guess what? We're in Terran Mill. The good thing is, you know what we'll do? It's not a total waste. We're going to go to Undercity. So we're level 49. And next episode, we're going to do a BG. So, it was meant to be.
What is it?
We'll head back to Tanaris eventually. Guess we'll just have to keep this quest we finished on the books. We also have a lot of quests we want to turn in. Just like Grim Message we can still turn in, which is good. Still have a lot of Zul'Farrak dungeon quests to do. Crown of Will. Kill Mugthal. Bring the Crown of Will. Damn, we should have done that. We'll do that. We'll get the Crown of Will. Not today, but eventually. And then we could bring it to Melisara. Maybe we'll do that next episode. Maybe we'll get the Crown of Will. I think we'll do the BG, though. I think the BG would be more fun. Haven't done one in a while, and then after that, we'll do the Crown of Will, and we'll eventually make our way back to Tanaris and turn in the Grim Message and all those other quests. But I forgot, yeah, we had our hearth set in Terran Mill. Mistakes were made. But the thing is, I wanted to go back here anyways. You're going to be heading over to the main city regardless, because I want to do a BG. So it could be worse. Here we are, back in Undercity again. And I guess while we're here, we'll probably get rid of some junk in our bags, and we will also try to level up our Paladin a little bit. Maybe there's some new abilities we can unlock. Alright. Look at that. Shadow Priest Amani Bear. It's cool how Shadow Priests make the mounts look all shadow. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's episode. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.